Yeah. Heck, man. American pickers ain't got nothing on me, man. Hello, junkers, resellers, dumpster divers,
Thrifties.
trash pickers. To me, man, we're just all a bunch of junkies. So we went out and, I won't even go into what it took to get out of here today, but went out, got out, and did a little bit of treasure hunting today. So I thought I'd share a box of a few things that we scored. So, oh, that'd be awesome. First, man, we got this. I've actually bought and sold a lot of maps over the years, man, and they got to be quality, and you can't fill this thing, but man, this is a world map, man. I ain't gonna pull it all out. It's not that it's an old one, but it's a quality with this. And it's not really like that, whatever the heck, laminate stuff. It's just a quality map, man. I picked that up just because it was so dang cool. Saw the price, and I really don't. My son collects maps, you know, and someday if we had an extra wall, I wouldn't mind having a world map up. And I haven't checked, you know, the countries and stuff like that, but it should be a date on it. Something else, man, look at this little sieve. And a little copper sieve. Kind of crazy because the holes are, yeah, somebody made it or whatever, but nice little copper sieve. A wall hanger, and then you could use it, man. You could use it for gold, man. Find me some rusty gold. Oh, I guess you'd be looking for real gold. All right, then we got this. Miss Kitty does real well on these things, and it's an older one, but old cast earring holder. Pretty darn cute. She's supposed to be grabbing this stuff, but she gave me coffee, and that's important stuff. Later in the day. And then this one, man, I've actually bought and sold over the years many lots and lots of enamel Navy, U.S. Navy. We actually have a big coffee pot that I picked up years ago. Actually, I think Katie's got that one.
She does.
And, you know, I mean, this mother, man, is like, it's huge. What is it, 2 gallons, gallon and a half or something? I mean, it's huge. Coffee pot, man, is it with stamped USN? We used it on the fire so you can't see the USN so much. Yeah. But this style, I had never gotten. This is actually, I would guess, probably from the medical side of the Navy on the ship or whatever, because you can see the measuring on there. But, man, look at that little enamel. It's got the... You know, it's got some dings and stuff, which just, to me, just adds to the character and age of that piece. Thought that was pretty awesome. You got this here. Oh, okay. I got the mat. Oh, and then the sieve right there.
Oh, this had an earring. Did you see the earring?
Oh, I didn't, man. Is it gold?
No, I think it's silver.
Oh, really? Let me see.
It's not a lot of silver. It's a little cat.
Woo-wee! A little
bonus.
Bonus gift. This thing, man. First, Miss Kitty shows me, and you know, and she found it, and I'm like, what the heck? That is pretty nice little wood carving there they got. You know, in its hand, you can see the carve marks and everything, little hand-carved deer head, you know, and I'm like, holy crap, man, that's kind of cool.
You can get it on there so it looks right.
That's what it is. It's a glass holder, and then it's stamped on the bottom, peepers. So it's a little hand-carved, I mean, dude, you can see the marks and stuff. It's hand-carved, and then but the stamp is, you know, they've got a brand or whatever that they do it, so they must put out a bunch of them. We'll have to look that up. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool.
Pretty cool.
Then this old thing, conch shells, right? Or not conch, what are these?
I don't know what type of seashell.
Oh, it's got a little thing stuck to it right there. But a little plant holder. Yes, you do. What are these, man, when we buy the... What'd you call them?
Seashells?
Yeah, I know they're seashells. You smart ass. But they're, there's a name for them. We've sold a crap load of plant hairs. Nothing like this.
Oh, you're talking about macrame?
No, okay. I'm talking about the shells. The name of the shells, you crazy woman. Anyway, man, it's a pretty one. That's Miss Kitty's department there. And not a ton of stuff, man. We'll go talk about that in a second. And then I got this Outfitters. I always pick these up because most of the time I'll just add the stuff, because right here by me is I've got my wood box gun cleaning kit. I always just add stuff to it, so I got plenty. And this is an old 12 gauge, you know, the old metal one. I'm going to look them up to see if, you know, I've sold a lot of gun cleaning kits, the older ones, because the older ones you just can't get the older. This is a 12 gauge. It ain't got all the solutions. Man, look at the old oil. Pretty cool. But man, it's got all the brush and everything. I'll probably end up just keeping this for myself, but you know, sometimes something just like the pamphlet out of it. I don't know what year this one is, but man, they don't make them like that anymore. That's pretty cool. You ain't touching my thing.
Okay, you can keep that.
All right, thanks, Mom. And then, just because books don't sell.
Did you buy more books?
You think? Look at this one, dude. I love it. Brothels of Nevada Guidebook. Yeehaw! It is the official guide to legal prostitution in Nevada, with houses and girls fully rated.
I think those girls are probably
Classified. Yeah, they're all great-great-grandmas by now. Let's see what date this is. I don't know. I didn't even look yet. Well, man, 1976.
That's not that old.
Look on the back. Yeehaw! I just thought that was so cool. It's got pictures of the old brothels and stuff down there. Love it. All right, what else we got? Got Nevada's historical places. Got a tour guide to old forts of Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota. Oh, good place for treasure hunt, man. That's a treasure hunt guide right there. And then this one, I really don't know what it's about, man, because I'll flip through it. Of course, as soon as I see, you know, Native Americans, mountain men, pioneer type stuff, man, I'm all over it. This one's called The West of the Imagination. So that one I'll actually read through and stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Almost done, man. And then we've got Scott's Bluff. Oh, God. And, of course, you got to throw some in Idaho Wildlife Viewing Guide. Got to have some of that in there, man. Just in case y'all want to come over and view some wildlife. Whoa, man, I almost spilled my coffee and my computer stuff. That would have been horrifying. And then Nevada Angler's Guide. Fish Tails in the Sagebrush. Ooh, that one looks like it's signed by the author. Oh, maybe not. Just happy birthday. Dang it.
Personalized.
Yeah, personalized. Anyway, man, so that's just a handful of, you know, because I always like to pick up my books because they don't sell, so I just collect them. I did show, man, that dang ballroom one. That was pretty good. I was hoping to find another one of them. So, man, but what I was going to say before is get back to is, you know, you see us, man, and I come, and there's a couple other little, oh, no, where's that suit?
It's
Yeah, show you. Hold
I
on.
saw it over there, and I thought you
I
did
see.
that on purpose.
You did that on purpose?
No, I said I saw it, and I thought that you left
Oh,
it there
no,
on
man.
purpose.
So this was the score of the day. This right here is a 1960s. Was it Vietnam era, wasn't it? I don't think that they parachuted in bright orange, so that would be...
Yeah, I have no
I
idea.
think it's a fire for the
Well,
firefighters.
it says,
Anyway.
It says flight right on the...
Oh, flight
label.
suit. Oh, really? So maybe I don't really know nothing about it. But this is a flight suit, man, with the hood. Man, thick. Just nice, man. Vietnam era. And scored that thing. And we priced them and should get at least $100. Probably more like $140 for that. Cha-ching, man! So what I was getting at, before I interrupted myself, is, you know, you'll see us and I'll show these little, you know, this, I mean, us to come home with this amount, you know, I don't film it every time, but I would say anytime, maybe not so much this time of the year, well, maybe, because we don't get out much, so as soon as we get out, man, I gotta have my fix, man. My junking, you know, I don't know if you're like that or whatever, you know, I've done it my whole life, I've done it since I was a kid, you know, I mean, it's an addiction, man. It is. When I say we're all a bunch of junkies, dude, we're a bunch of junkies, man. It is like taking a shot in the arm, man. I've got to have my fix. So, dang near, I'd say 9 out of 10 times if we go out of here, we come back, you know, with at least a handful of items. And man, like I always say all the time, man, I'm always junking. Always, man. I go over visit somebody or whatever, and you know, it's just who I am, what I do. I start talking about it. You know, go over to visit somebody or whatever, and we're shooting the breeze, and oh, really, man? Well, come out here and look at this stuff. You know, we get out there, and you know, next thing I know, I'm buying junk from them, you know, or whatever.
The junker likes to show off their junk.
Yeah, exactly. We like to share. So, man, just thought I'd do a little short thing like that. Miss Kitty was, and Papa Mike, I actually listed a couple of things that have been, you can watch what I've been up to over at Idaho Hillbilly, man. Today was just one thing after another. But Papa Mike and Miss Kitty spent all pretty much 3/4 of the, you know, business hour days today working on mountainjunkers.com. So make sure you get over there, man. Get you a table and get set up. Special still, well, it's only 3 days into it, so we're still rolling. I haven't, you know, I've sold the one thing. You know, it's going to take some time to build it up and get it, you know, get us flowing, you know. And then the longer it gets going, like when we started our other site, I don't think we sold anything on our very first site for 3 months or something.
It took a long time.
You know, that was back, man. And but man, once it started going, and then there's little keys, and there's little things tricks that Miss Kitty knows that she's actually doing with the site to get, you know, like I don't know what you call it, but where Google, you know, it starts going into Google searches and all that stuff.
It's
so
to help indexing and that type of thing.
yeah, it's all that technical stuff, but she has a few little tricks. She actually took a class on building.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, so it's a lot changed since then. But we got Papa Mike.
That was like 2003. So.
Oh, was it really? Yeah. So yeah, that was just yesterday, man.
And technology changes so fast. Everything that I
Absolutely.
learned.
But there's still little tricks of it that still, you know,
Still,
are relevant or whatever. Anyway, that aside, I don't know nothing about none of that. if it wasn't for Miss Kitty and all that, I'd still be selling my junk on the side of the road. Man, a lot of that. There's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Actually, we're actually getting it. Well, Miss Kitty doesn't know I'm thinking about it, but got a couple little sales that I wouldn't mind going out and throwing some junk.
You're welcome to set up any place that you would like.
Oh, really? I'm taking you with me.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I don't leave home without you. But other than that, man, so please remember to get down there and like, subscribe, and share. Building, you know, this thing's slowly building up. So, man, I'm pretty excited about this side. I'm very excited about the .com side. And get over and check out Idaho Hillbilly, because we're going to start building an ark so that we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Or get my boat out here or whatever. It's rained all day. It just stopped just a minute ago, but still supposed to rain all night too. Maybe some snow too, so let's throw a little bit of that in there too. But other than that, man, you got anything else? Always remember, keep your eye on the skyline and your nose to the wind. And if you're out there treasure hunting, hope you find some color in the bottom of your pan. See ya! See you, Granny.